So, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the new series of this month. And then I think we have planned next 2 months along with July, and we want to maintain a continuity because we know once we start working on uh, different aspects of our relationship with our mother and then with father, and where it takes us. Those who have ever experienced any therapy work or any constellation work, they are aware of it, very sure. So, yes, please.
So the thought behind going for this 3 month series was that most of us get into the journey of healing to live the life that we want to, that we have come here for. And yet, there are many times that we face situations where we feel not in control of, or we feel that it is happening to us and we do not know why it is happening. And that's exactly why people get into healings or therapies, because they feel either stuck or they feel that life is not moving ahead the way they want. And the primary reason that we have noticed as therapists is that the relationship with parents and ancestors defines a lot of the life that you live. So, hence, we have come up with this series where we said we are going to have one dedicated month for relationship with mother, one dedicated month for relationship with the father. After which, there will be a workshop on rebirthing, and then there will be the process with the ancestors. Now, and hence the name of the webinar series is Claim Your Life and Create It the Way You Want. And that's exactly what all of us want to do, right? So that's the premise on which this entire 3 months is, designed in a particular way. So the 4-5 Wednesdays of July, we will be talking about relationship with the mother. And why is that? Why is it so important? Do you want to say that?
So, I think our first experience of any relationship in our life is with the mother. It starts right from the moment our soul entered the mother's womb. Of course, that is not there in our consciousness, right? But logically, we all know 9 months that we have spent in our mother's womb. It's something like the first relationship that we ever experienced on this earth is with mother. Now, when a child, or let's say when a soul is entering in mother's womb, for the soul, the mind is not yet developed, and the body is still developing. So there is no filter about conscious or subconscious mind, nothing. Whatever kind of development of mind that has happened, it's just one mind. And whatever that mother is feeling, the child is feeling by default because there is no separation from mother. There is no sense of separation. Forget about separation. Child feels part of the mother. Or maybe child doesn't even have a thought that I am part of the mother. I am this. So it is as though the way fish can't sense water around it. So whatever air we breathe in is the only air we know, but we do not know that this is the air. This is my environment. That's my reality. So whatever mother is going through during those 9 months is what the child is taking in as by default. So we all are born in a particular environment without being consciously aware that we are born into this environment. That's our default. That's a real world. And that's how I believe it is so significant, not just because we are connected with mother for 9 months, but even after the birth, even though child understands other family members, the father or siblings or anyone else who's the loved one, but still the child is dependent on mother for his life. And in that, a lot happens which is not consciously there in our awareness. You want to add anything?
Yeah, I think this sets a tone for discussion for a lot of people in your own head, that there are many, many things that we carry very unconsciously from our mother. Because the conscious feeling that this is not mine and this belongs to my mother maybe comes in much later, when an identity of self starts coming. But by the time a lot of life has already happened, right? So there is surely, like every one of us has an impact of that environment on our life, whether we like it or we don't like it. And how much is a journey. Maybe it will go on for a very long time. So many people, who are in the journey of healing with their mother, ask us how many times do we have to do it? Why does the mother show up in constellations? That's because that is the primary relationship, and there are so many nooks and corners of that relationship, so many moments that we are not even consciously aware of, and which can have a very, very deep impact on our life. Now, talking about this situation biologically, when we talk of the development of a child and the brain and the mind, the limbic brain, meaning the unconscious brain or the feeling brain, develops first, and then the thinking brain develops. So, this also defines that there are a lot of things that we feel and which we carry through our life, which may be something that we have not felt at all, but it belongs to our mother. And that has been seen in many, many constellations that we have facilitated or gone through. And it is as unconscious as it can. Yeah. And when I say primary relationship or primary thing with the mother, there's something called as primary love. Yeah. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. So it's like the nature is making sure that the child is surviving. And that's how the child has a survival instinct. And that survival instinct shows up in natural movement towards mother that the child has. The child naturally moves towards mother for whatever needs child has, just to survive, right? Similarly, mother also has a natural instinct to take care of the child, protect the child, nourish the child. Now, though these are two instinctive drives, they are coming together, they generate something called as primary love in our life. So the kind of experience a child has with mother during these survival years is the first experience of that deep and powerful unconditional love. And that's the primary love. So my definition of love will come from that particular experience. So it is like a lens that the child has already taken, and how child perceives the love. If mother is enough available in child's world, that means love is there and child will feel safe. And that's how child will experience the same in life, same in important relationships in life. That's the reason we say that uh, the relationship with mother reflects in our relationship with life and our relationship with other people or any emotional bond for that. So though it starts from natural instinctive survival instinct and that particular drive, ultimately that is the first experience of love, which is setting the tone for love in our life or setting the tone for how much I want to survive, right? So how much life force I'm allowing. So how much connect with the life do I feel or I do not feel. So that's the importance of mother's presence in our life. So I think when we are talking about this, why we are simplifying and why we are taking you there, I'm sure some of you must have heard of this concept earlier also. But we really want you to start sitting with yourself from today's webinar, so that in this month, as we keep on unfolding different aspects of our relationship with the mother, you start decoding for your own self what you remember in your conscious memory as of now that you might have experienced. For example, what was it that your mother could be, or if you already know, was going through when she was cat? What kind of state of mind, or what was happening in her life? What was her state of mind when, uh, or her emotional state throughout when you were in her womb? So that will start giving you basic idea about how you started your life, and you have always felt that as your normal. And maybe at some point it hit you that this is not how I want to live, and then you started working on yourself. Or maybe still you haven't figured out how to overcome that particular so-called normal which is not serving. So this can be the beginning of that. You want to add anything to that?
Yeah. Just a small thing before we talk about anything else. When we are talking through these webinars, if you all are present to your body and how you feel, there will be emotional charges. Because somewhere you all are present here, not by coincidence, right? So be present, like be present to your body, be present to your thoughts, be present to your emotions. While you all are going through these webinars, it's only not about the content of what we are talking, but I'm sure the space will might trigger certain things inside you. So the intention is not that it should trigger. The intention that you all have come with is that let it show up so that it can be healed, right? So please be present in the webinar with that kind of a presence or intention is something that we will welcome. Yeah. And that said, like Gayatri said and shared that, why primary love and what was the mother's emotion when she was carrying you. That also speaks a lot about how you process and you connect to your own emotions. Because as we said earlier, that is the water that you were born in, or that is the air that you were breathing. So a mother's emotional connect with her own emotions can also set the tone of how you connect to your emotions or you don't connect. That may set the tone. So be present to that also. And yeah, I think basically this is the thing that we wanted to share. And another thing that came to me is the relationship with the mother, they say, right? A mother always says, I know my child 9 months more than any other person in the world. So whenever we talk of relationship with the mother, we start from that moment. Maybe with the father, it comes much later, or with any other relation, it comes much, much later. But the relationship with the mother starts much, much before any other relationship comes in. And when we talk of relationship, we talk of another. So the separation or not separation from the mother, the connect or the disconnect with the mother can show up in other relationships. Because that is the base of anything else. Right?
So if you have already worked on your relationship with your mother, or you might be at any point about your healing, and you want to know, want to understand if there are further layers that you need to work on, then maybe as Priya said, that be present to your body sensations as you are listening to this, because all of this that we are saying must be taking you back to your childhood memories, or how you have felt about your mother. Consciously, whatever you remember, you will remember that as your feeling and your thoughts. But whatever that is unconscious, that will show up in the body. Because In the mind, it doesn't exist. At least in the conscious mind, it is not accessible right now. So be present to the body and you will know that there must be something by the kind of sensations the body shows. So any comfort, any discomfort, that will show up in the body if you are consciously unaware of it. It doesn't always have to be something very painful or the disconnect. It could be as simple as that uh, you haven't expressed how much you love. Why you don't know, but you never went and you never told her, or you never told yourself that I love my mother so much. That unexpressed love might also be giving you the discomfort. So, paying attention to your body, if you just sit with yourself in this moment and say the statement.
Yes.
That.
So, if you can sit with yourself, even at this very moment, just uncross your hands and uncross your feet. If you all can switch on your videos, it'll be convenient for us. Yeah. I will not be. Okay, no worries. No worries. So just uncross your hands and your feet. And as you feel your breath inside your body, close your eyes. And try saying this to yourself while being present to your thoughts, your emotions, and mainly your body. That I am unconsciously carrying thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and sensations that belong to my mother. You can repeat it. I am unconsciously carrying thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and sensations that belong to my mother. One more time. I am unconsciously carrying thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and sensations that belong to me. And for the next few minutes, just stay present to whatever is coming to you. Breathe into your body. And let your body, your thoughts, your emotions speak to you. As you make a mental note of whatever is coming to you, breathe into your body. And know that this is the exact reason why each one of you is here. to make the unconscious and to start living your life in your way. And with that, whenever you feel centered, whenever you feel that you have made a mental note of whatever has come to you, take a deep breath and you may gently open.
Whatever you sensed in your body, or if any thought came to you, any clarity came to you, any insight that came to you, please make a mental note of it or physical note so that you keep that in your awareness. Start acknowledging it. If necessary, start seeking help on that. I think that's it that we want to start with today. The next two sessions are going to be where we are going to specifically talk about what are different scenarios in which we get disconnected from them. In both the senses, where mother physically not being there or physically there but mentally not there or emotionally not there, or she's there but we don't feel. So different phases of our life where we get disconnected from the mother and how that can show up in our life, so that we know what indications to look for, and from there you will know where you need to look at and how you need to heal. That's it.
That's it.
So thank you everyone. Just stop the recording.